the most important thing about dog psychology, anything which is running, dogs have a habit of chasing it. Dogs are natural scavengers. They will chase it.
Obviously. Yeah.
They only chase the bikes who rev without reason. People rev their bikes, they accelerate, and they would rev them the most when they are near dogs, thinking it will scare the dog. Instead, it irks the dog, thinking, what the hell is this animal? They don't realize they are dogs. They don't know it's a Bullet or a Yamaha, for God's sake. They know it's an animal which just made a very, very strange and a very scary sound and went away very fast.
I'll ask you some tough questions as well.
Oh
okay?
yeah, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
because I don't want you to have
If
a
you have
feeling that
watched-
it's gonna be a
See,
beautiful,
most of the
nice
animal
thing.
welfare hates me because I speak the harshest of truth. And my interviews with India Today, multiple of them, have proved that I'm a person who will speak neutrally. I will speak what is as per the facts. I will not speak by emotion. अगर कहीं पर खाना खिलाना गलत है किसी कुत्ते को तो वो गलत है. मेरा मुंह बंद करा के सच बदल नहीं जाएगा. आई एम ए पर्सन हु बिलीव्स इन को एग्जिस्टिंग. मेरे किसी जानवर को खाना खिलाने से अगर किसी इंसान को परेशानी हो रही है तो मैं ये कोशिश करूँगी कि मैं या तो खाना खिलाने की जगह बदल दूँ या मैं इंसान को बदल दूँ. दोनों में से एक चीज़ करना ज़रूरी है. या तीसरा तरीका है कि मैं लड़ पड़ूँ. It will not help anyone, not the dog, not me, neither the person who does not like the dog or maybe is scared of the dog for one reason.
Yes. A lot of people are scared actually.
Lot of
Naturally
people.
they're scared.
If someone is scared of snakes, why can't be someone scared of dogs? Not every family has a dog.
But let's that snake idea has brought me back to one of the questions which I wrote, which I wanted to ask you later on. Let me ask you right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Bollywood people, they screwed up the image of snakes by telling the entire India that kill the snake, otherwise she'll click picture of you and then she'll show it to somebody and that particular snake will come back and kill you. So they implanted this idea on every human being, especially in our continent. Second is that the dialogues like, oh, I'll kill you like a dog in the street.
कुत्ते कमीने में तेरा खून पी
खून पी
जाऊंगा.
जाऊंगा. Or English में Hollywood is also the same thing. So what do you think? Why these people? And now these are the people who are coming out and saying, no, we love
We are
dogs.
animal lovers and we are going to open animal shelters.
So please tell me the hypocrisy.
It took me, I shifted to Greater Noida in 2014 and it's a snake prone belt. I'm
Yes, it
giving you
is.
an example. And cobra, rats, and Indian rat snake. Rat snake is non-poisonous, but cobra and rats both are very venomous. And we have Indian spectacle as well as monocule cobra. And we have pythons as well. I have rescued pythons also. My team has rescued pythons. When I came here, first sight people used to kill the snakes.
Yes.
I asked for the reason. One was lack of awareness. Two was that the organizations or saperas, they ask for help, they charge a lot of money. So I came up with a scheme that you call me at 2 at night, beat a cobra or a rat, I'll catch it for free and I will release it in Surajpur wetlands. The only thing you need to do is call. It took me almost 10 years. And today when it's snake season, I get about 15 to 20 calls in average from entire Greater Noida. A day. And I get it from policemen, I get it from PCRs, I get it from societies like JP Greens, I get it from high rises. And I'm really, really thankful that people are not killing them anymore. But even then, people still kill. Just a week back, someone in my society killed a snake. I came to know about it. I informed the forest team about it. The point is, my message to Bollywood people, because people follow you the most. आप कोई शेविंग क्रीम का भी ऐड देते हो तो लड़के वही खरीद रहे होते हैं. तो इफ यू टेल पीपल कि सांप की आंखों में कैमरे से फोटो खिंच जाता है
No scientific evidence.
और वो बदला लेके आता है. नो, इट्स नॉट अबाउट साइंटिफिक एविडेंस. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. अ स्नेक डजंट सी. अ स्नेक सेंसेस. दे हैव अ फोटोग्राफिक sense of surroundings. They can't actually click a photograph.
But let me stop you right there. in the Hindu history or our entire
Mythology.
epics, it's not still not mythology, still debatable. So the epics which we have written so far, we don't see the mentions of Nagmani. We don't see mentions of some particular
Unless
stone.
we talk about Ashwatthama, we don't
Okay.
see mentions of Nagmani.
Yeah, we Ashwastama, that's a, but he never said that's a Nagmani, a snake game.
Yes.
So when we don't mention, and I remember my transformation from respecting and doing this to a snake when I see him to thinking that let me kill him, otherwise he'll click pictures. Who made this? Made money out of this? Made money out of our own culture?
Bollywood. And the actors, of course, and the directors, and everyone who was involved in it. And it led to killing of millions of snakes all over
Some
the country.
species are wiped out.
They are completely wiped out. And I don't see vipers. The last
I
viper
don't
I
even know
saw,
if vipers exist in India.
I saw my last viper when I was 14 years old, and I saw it in my home. Chara uga hua tha that for the cows and for the buffaloes, and I saw it there. And ever since then, I have yet to see one. Even crats, I don't see crats now. Most of them from my sector, I have removed majority of poisonous ones. My people, touch wood, they don't kill. My RWA is very, very good. The moment they get a call of a snake, they call me. And we have managed to, I don't know, 3,000 plus.
Wow.
Out of them, majority are cobras and crats. And I don't know. I fail to understand why people kill. A snake will not bite unless you provoke him it to. It will not.
Or at least threatened. I mean,
No,
snake needs
you
to feel threatened.
I have videos, I have actual physical evidence which will show a cobra getting captured like he was waiting to be captured. Because the poor thing was surrounded by 50 people who had lathis in their hands. And we managed to
what this
capture him with a
manly thing?
viper. The viper with which you clean the floor. We managed to capture the cobra with the viper. And he willingly went inside the bag. He was thankful to be saved.
What about this thing when people feel they're really men when they kill a snake? You know about these people,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Oh, मैंने सांप को हाथ में उठा लिया. Oh, मैंने सांप को गले में लपेट लिया.
And
Who
after
are these
killing,
idiots?
they're actually idiots. You cannot become a man if you kill you kill something which is niri or lower than you. Humans being superior species, you have the brains. So I fail to understand why would you feel manly after killing an animal or a snake or even a dog for that matter. See,
I'm from a village, right? So I know some people in my who've killed dogs. I know them.
yeah,
I know them.
I know of such people. I've sent them to jail also. The point is, किसी जानवर को या अपने से कमजोर को मारकर we cannot feel manly. We are only interfering with ecological pyramid. We fail to understand snakes are very important to ecology. You would be surrounded by plague if you kill snakes. I don't understand why people can't grasp this fact. Rodents are always kept in check by reptiles. You remove the reptiles, rodents will take over. You remove the dogs, monkeys will take over. You want to remove everything, the wildlife will take over. Did you hear that incident of a leopard who roamed inside a high rise for days? I wonder why.
Another leopard was in High Court in Ghaziabad.
In High Court.
She gave babies, by the way.
Exactly. I wonder why. What are we doing to their homes? Why are they forced to come to our homes? And then we want to kill them. And then I have yet to ask the ministers. I'm sorry if it might offend someone. I personally
I would
know.
not care. Go ahead.
Yeah, I personally know a few ministers in whose constituencies tigers are being killed mercilessly by villagers and videos are being made out of it. Giving you an example, Pilibhit. Yeah, and I'm talking about one of the biggest animal lovers of the history.
Recently, she made big statements.
Oh, yep. She hates me. That's okay. I speak the truth either ways. The point is, I have always believed that charity begins from home. You come to my home and you see the dogs who live around my home. And you see the dogs in the 10 kilometer radius of my home. My charity started from there. They are sterilized. They are vaccinated. They are fed and loved by the community. I have done my job. Just imagine if everyone does their own job. Why kill? Why do anything unnecessarily?
Don't you think humans are these days more scared than ever in
No,
the
they're not
entire
scared. They're not
2000
scared.
years?
No. They're not scared. I'll tell you. Post corona, they have lost patience. They have completely lost it. I fail to understand if a woman is in a lift with her dog and a gentleman wants to get inside the lift. Why can't he wait for 5 minutes? Let that woman and that poor dog go in silence, in peace. That gentleman would rather go inside the lift, pick a fight with the woman, slap her. Both senior citizens. This happened today in Noida. And it's ex-IAS Officers Society. What are we doing? What are we teaching?
No, but let me stop you right there, okay? Because a lot of people who have, I've decided to interview you, so a lot of people came to me with good questions. They said that the people who have dogs, they definitely treat them like their own kids, acceptable. But the people who do not have dogs, for them, it's a normal life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog. It's a normal life that if I want to go to office and if you want to take a dog, and I understand that logic that you could have waited for 5
It's our
minutes.
fundamental right and it's our choice.
So
But
if somebody is treating that dog more than the human being who wanted to get inside the lift, it's a counter argument which you'll hear most of the time. What do you have to say about that?
see, my question is why argue? Agar pet parent baad mein ghus raha hai. Now, I have seen fight both ways. I have seen a fight wherein the non-pet parent will argue over the fact that you are inside the dog with, in the lift. You get out, I will go first. And I have seen a pet parent pick a fight with a fellow resident that no, I will go inside the lift with the dog no matter what. I have seen both the sides. I'm so sorry, but both the sides are wrong. We are human beings. We are supposed to be civilized. And I've seen the dogs in those leashes behave more civilized than the human beings who are fighting. And sorry, when I look at your CCTV fights, you guys fight like dogs in heat. Stop that. It's actually shameful for us. We being an educated society, अगर मैं एज पेट पेरेंट नहीं समझ सकती कि सामने वाला बंदा मे बी स्केयर्ड ऑफ द डॉग एंड आई कांट वेट फॉर 5 more minutes to get inside that lift, then I'm sorry, I'm not looking for coexistence. And if I
मेरा सिंपल सा लॉजिक, अगर मैं फॉर्मल कपड़े पहन के ऑफिस का बैग लेके खड़ा हूँ, तो रिस्पेक्ट दैट. अदरवाइज
That's my choice.
अदरवाइज आप यू आर टेकिंग द डॉग डाउनस्टेयर टू वॉक, राइट? सो अगर कोई ऑफिस का बैग लेके खड़ा है तो लेट्स रिस्पेक्ट दैट कि भाई इसको लेट हो जाएगा, इसको प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी.
we can wait. And telling me that my pet can't wait for 2 minutes, please don't lie to me. I have got 35 senior pets at my home and they wait when it's required to. So the point is, both the sides, first you need to mellow down. You guys are not ready to talk. You are always ready to fight.
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू, बट लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द सोसाइटी पीपल. मेरी सोसाइटी में लोग रहते हैं और मेरी सोसाइटी के जिस बगल में यादवों का गांव है. जब यादव उनको डांटते हैं जोर से तो भाग के दुम दबा के सोसाइटी के अंदर घुस जाते हैं. लेकिन सोसाइटी के अंदर जो लोग रहते हैं उनको थप्पड़ मारने लग जाते हैं.
सारे शेर है.
But what is that? I mean, if you really have that charisma, why don't you fight with the locals? Show it to them. नहीं उनसे नहीं करना.
नहीं करेंगे. They will not. And let me tell you, locals and the villagers, they are far off, far better off with animals as compared to these high rises.
Even ecosystems.
I went to a slum school recently. One of my friend in Greater Noida West runs it in an under construction building. She teaches 50 children for free. And those children were more kinder towards the dogs and the abandoned cows living over there than I have seen in high rises. I have seen children kick mother dogs for no reason. I have seen them pick their pups with tails for no reason. And then these pet parents call me and tell me that the dog bit my child. What do I answer? Should I question their parenthood? Should I ask them that what have you taught your child? Now, I can't question the dog. The dog did what a mother would do. You do that to my child, I don't have any. You do that to my dog, I'm going to screw your happiness. I'm sorry, I'm going to screw it. Why would you do that to a mother dog? Why would you even go near her? Why wouldn't you give her space? And coming to the most
And
important
everybody knows that mothers are very aggressive at that point in
And
time.
coming to the most important question, why is there a mother dog in a metro city when animal birth control rules were introduced in India in 2001 and Honorable Supreme Court of India made them mandatory in 2015 for the municipal corporations? Why do we still have mothers in Noida? Let's talk about Noida. Doing sterilizations for over 12 years, Noida Authority. Why do you still have mothers? I read your statistics every year. Unfortunately, they differ every year. 1 year in 2012, you say you have 50,000 dogs. In 2015, you say you have 30,000 dogs. Where are these statistics coming from? And doing sterilizations for 12 years, I did it for 14 years in Greater Noida, and I'm proud to say 6,500 dogs were single-handedly done by me and my organization. You being a municipal corporations, why do you still have mothers? So it's not people are fighting amongst each other, especially over dog feeding or the number of population of stray dogs. I'll come back to pets also. You should fight your municipal corporations. Kindly go to Honorable Supreme Court and sue them for contempt of Supreme Court of India, because none of the municipal corporations have followed Supreme Court orders. Animal Welfare Board of India was directed by Supreme Court in 2015 to ensure that animal birth control rules are introduced and implemented all over the country. What is Animal Welfare Board of India doing? Working on orders of few people in siyasat? They would send an A4 size letter. That letter doesn't do anything till the time you don't get out in field. Why is there no FIR by SPCA Gautam Budh Nagar in last 5 years on animal cruelty? Why are the FIRs by people like me? I have more than 45 FIRs charge sheeted for animal cruelty. SPCA, a mandated Supreme Court body, 0. 3 years ago, 1 FIR, that too on my behest.
That means they're not even working on it.
Oh, the members of SPCA are not even from Gautam Budh Nagar, they are from Ghaziabad. And I'm sorry to say they're sitting there because a certain minister's son wants them to be there. So tell me, how are you going to resolve the conflicts between animals and humans if the government is not ready to work and obey the highest court of India?
So let's not get political, but I'll still ask you one question. I personally think, and I'm seeing this, that last 10 years have drastically finished every institute in this country. Do you agree with that analogy? There is no accountability.
No sense of responsibility. And I'm sorry, the most important thing which is missing is compassion. It does not matter it's for an animal or a human being. Few months ago, I rescued a human being whose feet was being eaten by maggots. He was sitting in the poshest market of Greater Noida and he was there for days. We are not even empathetic towards fellow human beings. Forget animals. We are still finding babies in dumpsters, newborn babies. That's the kind of society we are.
I want to understand psychology of this girl, right? So she decides to get pregnant, keeps the baby in her stomach for 9 months, and the moment the baby is born, she decides to throw it in a dumpster.
She could have contacted an NGO.
No, even if forget about NG. अरे बाबा तू प्रेग्नेंट हुई तभी डिलीवर मत करना. प्रेग्नेंट हुई तेरे को पता चल गया मैं प्रेग्नेंट हूँ 3 months तक तो अबॉर्ट करवा ले. कौन सा हमारे यहाँ पे इतनी प्रॉब्लम है?
I fail to understand where is this part, or even this part when you are doing things like that. Dumping 1-day-old pups in cement sacks away from the mother. Dumping 1-day-old human babies in garbage bins. I don't think we are going towards... Forget coexistence. We don't want to coexist with each other. कुत्ता भूल जाओ. इस बात पे भी लड़ाई हो जाती है. गार्ड ने गेट लेट क्यों खोला?
I know.
चांटे बच जाते हैं गार्ड के ऊपर.
नहीं, गार्ड भी तो पीटते हैं फिर. You might have seen those videos जहाँ सारे गार्ड ने मिलके पीटा है.
I didn't want to come to that, but yes. Again, dogs retaliate the same way. A human is going to retaliate if you do something wrongful. You beat dogs silently. I have those CCTV videos where the security guards of high rises are going after poor sleeping dogs with dandas. Why will not those dogs retaliate? Female
अच्छा,
dogs.
एक और बात बताइए मुझे. स्ट्रे डॉग्स अटैक मिनिमम है पूरे नोएडा, दिल्ली, एनसीआर में. स्ट्रे डॉग्स डोंट अटैक यू. इट्स दीस पेट्स हु अटैक यू.
स्ट्रेस के भी केसेस हैं.
हाँ.
And I'll tell you, those cases are all related to animal feeders. They love to feed in basements. I wonder why. Basement is a closed area. Let's talk about dog psychology. You start feeding a dog in a closed area. The dog is nothing else than a pet because you have given him a roof and closed boundary. What is that dog going to do? It's going to guard that boundary. You feed a dog twice a day in a basement. Then you come crying to me, a falana car crushed the dog. Then RWN people call me that the dog chased the person who was there to go to the office in his car, or a woman who was walking by, or a children who was coming from the playground via the basement. So it's just not people who don't like or are scared of animals. It's also the people who love animals. If you do not take that responsibility of being a sensible person, then how do you expect the dog you are feeding to be sensible? I'm sorry. Dogs are mirror images of humans. मेरी नानी कहती थी, आई एम गोइंग टू कम बैक टू शुद्ध हिंदी, गली में घुस के कुत्ते से मिलके उस गली का इंसान कैसा है इसकी फितरत का पता चल जाता है.
That's true.
घर में घुस के पालतू कुत्ता बता देगा कि घर का मालिक कैसा है. Dogs are nothing but a mirror image of ourselves. You be nice to them, you give them a parle ji, they would be 50 times nicer to you.
No doubt.
You show them a stick, they will not forget it for 10 years. So you want to become like a dog, it's your choice, or you want to be a human and carry that 5 rupee pack of Parle G in your pocket, that's again your choice.
No, but another thing is, I have also, what my personal observation is that, when I, right outside this office, right, I go outside to take tea. So dog will come to me. And by the way, मेरी problem कुछ और है. मेरे पास कोई भी, none of the female dog ever come to me for some reason. Never, first of all. Two, the dog who's the strongest, he's the only
alpha.
one. He's the only one who will always come to me, stand beside me, and he will ask something. And if I say कि अब हो गया, अब जाओ यहाँ से, he understands and leaves.
It's about the personality. Now in my house, I said I have 35 dogs in my house and I have 150 animals at my sanctuary. Now, if they don't know who the alpha is, I would have mayhem all over. I would have fights, I would have bites. The first thing everyone is told, I am the alpha. I means me. What I say will happen. And I don't know, humans take a lot of time to grasp that when you try to tell them that I am the teacher or I am the trainer. But animals, they are so absorbing, it does not take them even 48 hours. Even the dog who has come to me with a broken spine, in 48 hours, he will respond to me as if he has been my dog for
He
years.
just observes and knows it's you.
It's just about observing. And that tells me that their observation, their absorbing capacity and their mental capacity, it's not retarded. If you're hostile towards them and you're not carrying a stone, but your mind and your body is hostile, they will read it. Everyone asks me, why does a dog chase a bike? I try to tell that person that there could be a scenario where the bike, not this bike necessarily, where a bike like this killed his child or her puppy. There could be a reason the bike tried
Maybe
to...
the dog wants to know the price. कितने की खरीदी?
सबसे important, no. The most important thing about dog psychology, anything which is running, dogs have a habit of chasing it. Dogs are natural scavengers. They will chase it.
Obviously, yeah.
They only chase the bikes who rev without reason. People rev their bikes, they accelerate, and they would rev them the most when they are near dogs, thinking it will scare the dog. Instead, it irks the dog, thinking, what the hell is this animal? They don't realize they are dogs. They don't know it's a Bullet or a Yamaha, for God's sake. They know it's an animal which just made a very, very strange and a very scary sound and went away very fast. My street dogs don't do that. My alpha did that. I gave him 2 tight slaps day 1. मैंने बाइक वाले भैया को भी रोका, भैया रुको आपके सामने डांटूंगी. That day the alpha passed away last year, his herd. It has been 10 years. They have never chased a bike. Or I can laugh. अरे कुत्ते ही तो हैं.
This guy, His name is Sunny Kumar.
Hello, Bhaiya.
He not Bhaiya.
Sunny Kumar.
He adopted a street dog, and he
Wonderful.
kept her inside his home. And Bubble, right? She gave babies as well last year.
Beautiful,
Right.
beautiful name.
So the entire family is like that. My problem is that I am. How should I define it? I mean, I just can't put in the efforts which they need.
Why don't you keep a cat then? Cats are effortless. I have many for adoption. I'll give you two. No, very affectionate ones actually.
By the way, dogs are the genuine loyal people. Cats are not.
No, they are loyal. However,
Uh-huh.
their behavior tells you that they don't care.
They don't care. Yes.
Yes. They are very loyal. They
I'm
will
not a cat person
They
at
will
all.
not leave you. They will not go if you love them. They will love you back. They don't show it like dogs. They are quiet people. They belong to the feline family. They belong to the family of lions. They think of themselves as Rajsi ठाट वाले लोग हैं. They talk less, but they tell it to you by your body language. Dogs talk back.
Yes.
My Indian dogs talk back. They sing songs also. Yeah, matlab forget huskies ka song. Oh, desi dog song. It's the most cutest. Cats, however, they will only come to you when it's very quiet, especially at night. They will come. They will rub. They will purr. They are not extreme like dogs. We think they are not loyal. If they are not loyal, they would not stay at our house. They will run away. As simple as that.
The way they have been, it's opposite. Dogs, we have adopted dogs. Cats are
Cats have
opposite.
adopted
They have adopted us.
So when you watch a cat living inside a home, and you watch the I have got 9 cats. Two are paralyzed. One I rescued from a breeder, and 5 are from the streets only. Wo one by one collaboration. So there is a very chunt billy in my neighborhood who every year leaves one of her kittens in front of my home when he's about 1.5 months old and runs away. She knows I will take him in. So we have reached 9 now. So
People never understand these behaviors of cats.
oh,
Such an
cats are
intelligent
different than
behavior.
dogs.
Yeah.
They leave their babies the moment they are old enough to gather
Yeah,
their
yeah,
food on their own. They don't attach like that. Dogs, on the other hand, they will carry their babies till 6-7 months, till the time they don't mate again. So it's a different species. So the behavior, the temperament, everything is different. And if you watch their behavior, you will find them nurturing each other. You will find them cleaning each other. You will find them giving comfort to each other. जैसे मैंने डांट दिया, एक को डांट पड़ी तो 5 की 5 ऐसे होके बैठ जाएंगी. So they're just less expressive. Loyalty, no, they would be as loyal as dogs.
A lot of people claim that the dogs, there are a lot of cases which have been reported that the owner died and the dog waited, even sometimes he did not eat the owner, but cats do. How true is that?
I haven't seen or heard or seen evidence of such a case. Cats will not.
Okay.
They would go inside their corners and hide and wait. They would be more scared than a dog. A dog may still howl and cry. A dog may still behave like Hachi, the real story. A dog may stop eating also. Cats stopping eating, maybe, if they are very much attached. But no, eating, no.
No? Okay.
Even the monkeys, I rescue monkeys. I'll tell you about a case. I rescued a female monkey from a smuggler who was selling her for $3,000. So with forest officer, we raided right at the moment of sale. She was just 25 days old. So I don't know how they took from the mother. They never revealed where she was from. So I got her home because she couldn't be released in jungle. She couldn't be kept at the shelter. She was breastfeeding baby, so she was put on milk bottle. 5 days later, I get the call from the same forest officer. There was a mother monkey who was electrocuted on a 21,000 line, something, the biggest power line. She got electrocuted. She has a baby hanging on the neck. He was also burned. So mother died on spot. She fell, upar se gir ke, she died. The baby was still alive. He was burnt, and it was about a 5-day-old baby. But he was not ready to leave the mother. Forest officers tried their hard, and if they pulled harder, the baby would have been hurt. Because he was burned, they couldn't pull harder. So I get the call from this forest ranger and he tells me, Kaveri, that Bandariya we rescued that day, bring her over to Surajpur wetlands. I said, what happened? I told him, I'm not going to release her. She's just a kid. Kehte, Nana, I'm going to get another monkey rescued. So I took her there and she was in my lap, and immediately I took her where the dead mother was lying, and that little baby, just not even this big, and he was all burned, the head, the eyes, the eyebrows, everything was burned. He was red all over. So my Bandariya, she went to the mother first. उसने अपना कान उसके दिल पे रखा, उसने धड़कन सुनी, then she touched her hands, then she touched her head, then she went to the baby, she touched the baby, she did some, she talks like that, that's her way of talking. And I don't know, 2 seconds later, the baby was sitting 3 feet away from the mother. And we were able to rescue it. So, there are some myths and there are some facts. Actual fact, a monkey's love is more stronger than a human mother's love. I have rescued female monkeys who are dying, who don't have a breath left in them, but they are crawling in search of help just because they have a baby attached to them. They should have been dead days ago, but that will to save the baby and that connection which they build with each other, like my Bandariya whom I rescued 3 years ago. Even if I want to leave her, she will not go away. For her, I am the mother. I have fed her. I have hand raised her. I have tried many a times to try and adjust her to the forest life. No. Now if I release her, she will be eaten by dogs or killed by humans because she will run towards civilization.
But that right there is my question, another question, that when we decide to rescue of any species which has all the ability in themselves to live inside the jungle, right? When we rescue them and bring them home and we take care of them, but when we decide to send them back to a place which has, because it's jungle for some reason, right?
Obviously.
Or a lot of people say,
Or a new place to them.
yeah, they don't want to be there anymore.
They will not survive there. Let's talk about wild animals. Let's just talk about monkeys or langurs. If they are released in new areas in which there are other monkey herds, they would be immediately killed.
By other monkeys.
Yes. Monkeys are very territorial.
That brings me to the question that if the animals behave this way, human is also a mammal, right? So why would you like a human to behave in a way like all the human? And I understand that a lot of humans have consciousness, like you have. Sometimes I also have.
No, many humans have consciousness. It depends कि वो कौन से level की है या वो
But आप उनसे
किस
उम्मीद क्यों कर
area
रहे हो
की
कि
है?
वो अपने बेसिक एनिमलिस्टिक इंस्टिंक्ट पे ना जाएं? तो उनके अंदर भी तो टेरिटोरियल
मैं
प्रॉब्लम है.
उनसे उम्मीद कर रही हूँ कि जो हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहता है वो सिर्फ उसको फॉलो करें. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन pleads us to be compassionate and to be kind towards.
Constitution is thrown away on a lot of other issues too.
Oh, just let's not talk about politics. Let's just keep it for
नहीं,
another
नहीं,
day.
वो ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, पर
अगर एक
Constitution पे
basic
अगर
की
आप
बात,
आते हो,
then let's talk about just a basic principle of humanity. I know a lot of people eat non-vegetarian. Yeah, a lot of people are vegan. A lot of people are just vegetarians.
I'll discuss a little bit of politics for sure.
Again, it's a choice of life. My personal choice is that your tongue should not rule you. You should rule your taste and tongue. But then again, it's everyone's choice. So I don't force my life choice on other people. So my question is, if we have been given wisdom to be compassionate and to understand the reason of compassion, why choose hatred first of all? Why just not be compassionate? I know it's very hard. It could be very, very hard to develop that compassion. But trust me, even if you are able to grow a little bit of it, it's not about you being a better person. It would be you who would be at ultimate peace from inside, and that would be undescribable. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for dogs. Don't do it for snakes, please. Do it for yourself. Just ask yourself this question just once as a human. हमें multinational में सिखाया जाता है put yourself in customer shoes, right? I used to work with MNCs before I start with animal shelters. So put yourself, just for 1 second, just put yourself and imagine that you are that street dog who has, by luck, by fate, has taken birth in the street, and you are given the same behavior. Just imagine for a minute. I know it's very hard, and I know people ask me why do we need to do it when it's easy to get rid of dogs? I'm sorry, it's not easy to get rid of the dogs. The law does not allow it. The Honorable Supreme Court does not allow it. Plus, the humanity does not allow it. Fourth, the scientific facts do not allow it. You remove the dogs, you would be devastated by other things which are better than dogs. Trust me.
So did you meet these people who want dogs to be away forever?
Oh yes, I
the
talk to
streets?
them every day.
Acha ji.
Kaveri ji,
They say,
please
I mean,
dogs
I am not a dog lover.
Kaveri ji, we are calling from XYZ.
I'm not a dog lover, but I want them to be there wherever they are. Why would they be removed?
I would want them to be there where they are, sterilized, vaccinated, dewormed, healthy. Remove only the
मैं
one.
आप जितना तो नहीं जा
Remove
पाऊंगा
only the one
पर
who is
मेरा ये कहना है
helpless.
कि मैं हटाना भी नहीं चाहता
नहीं
हूँ
नहीं,
सड़क से
remove
उनको।
only the
हाँ।
one who is helpless or the one who is aggressive by nature. Why everyone? एक इंसान ने रेप किया, सबको जेल में डाल दिया. एक माँ ने बच्चे को मार दिया, अपनी सारी माँ को जेल में डाल दिया. एक कुत्ते ने काट लिया, सारे पेट डॉग खराब हो गए. एक स्ट्रे डॉग ने काट लिया, सारे स्ट्रे डॉग खराब हो गए.
But we have also seen the videos wherein one dog attacked and another dog jumped to throw that dog away and saying saving the human.
And I have seen videos wherein the dog died killing a cobra who was entering the house. And I have seen many such videos, and they are from India.
But I have seen cats. My God, how fast they are!
Oh, they kill the snake in a second.
That's what I mean. I was like,
They
dog, learn
will
from
die.
them.
They will die trying. But if a cat sees a snake, she will attack no matter what.
But let me ask you another thing.
And they are not scared.
They are not scared. Why? Because snake
They are
is champ
felines.
in biting. He attacks you in a fraction of a second. Despite of the cat has an advantage
Let's
on
go
him.
back to the breed. Remember the breed they come from. They are the cousins of the Raja of the jungle.
Yeah.
So that fear, that's not there.
I've never seen a cat getting scared of king cobra. They don't care.
Oh,
They'll just
no.
immediately jump on him.
Yeah. No. The species of the snake will not stop a cat.
Yes.
So, dogs, on the other hand, most of them are cautious. There would be very few idiots who would actually try to fight with a snake because they would ultimately lose the fight. Snake would always be faster than the dog, but with a cat, it's a 50-50 situation.
Did you see that video in which that cat, rolls a dog over with her two hands in a fraction of a second? And dog was big.
I've seen itty cats rule these big dogs. They have those minds,
Yes.
they can control them. So
Yes.
that controlling.
And I think dogs are like men. They're
My
idiots.
6-year-old male cat, he's neutered. He rules my Shepsky, an abandoned girl I have. She was abandoned at 25 days of age. She's 4 years now. So he's this big. She's this. और उसको झापड़ मार देता है. And she would be like, okay.
Okay, all right. Now I have another question for you. Okay. Dogs have, like Bollywood, in day-to-day as well, when a woman who has bad character, people call her bitch.
Yes.
Right?
Very common.
Very common. Okay. But the question is that, let me take the name. A bitch has sex in a particular season for almost 20, 25, 30 days.
Only in a particular
In
season.
a particular season for 25, 30 days. And she has a purpose. She wants to make sure, I want to get pregnant in this season somehow.
Her
So she
purpose is to
has-
carry her dynasty. As
Exactly.
simple
And
as
she
that.
goes on to having sex with different dogs for a month to make sure that she becomes pregnant.
Pregnant, yes.
So how
Those
dare
different dogs, the reason behind it is getting the best gene out of the
best
dogs.
gene out of the dog? But how dare people, the woman
Call a
who's,
woman a bitch.
the woman who's having sex
Irony
with
of the
different men
situation.
for 12 months.
Irony of the situation, I have animal welfare people calling each other bitches. Prestigious people involved, sorry. But, so,
Bitch बोलना तो कुत्ते की बेइज्जती हो गई.
imagine that.
The dog is like, lady dog is like, don't call her bitch. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm that.
हम तो बोलते भी नहीं है. We तो आई तो कॉल हर पुत्ती कुत्ती पुत्तू उधर आ जाओ. नो बिच. लोगों ने मतलब
There's normally the girl is roaming around.
कुत्ता
she's a
गाली.
bitch.
एक चीज बताओ, आधे भारत ने नहीं आधी दुनिया ने कुत्तों को एज पेट्स पाल रखा है. हाउ कैन इट बी अ गाली फॉर बॉलीवुड? इज बॉलीवुड शॉर्ट ऑफ गालीज, और दे हैव नॉट टॉट इनफ or enough bagpipers or enough, you know, adult language to our growing generations that we need to declare kutta as a gali or bitch as a form of abuse for a woman. Does not matter. Does not matter. It's about the character of the women. Achhi hai, buri hai. Why would you even think about calling her a bitch? And I've seen women calling other women bitches.
More, they do it more. Men तो men ने बोल दिया तो केस हो जाएगा.
I am okay, नहीं हो जाएगा, जेल हो जाएगी.
Women they call each other bitch like whenever they want
bad.
to.
That's really
Even
bad.
if the best friends are तू सच्ची में bitch है यार.
Even
क्या है?
lovingly.
Yeah, क्या है? ये कौन सा love है?
This comes from the movies. This
No, but I
comes
think
from the
this is
culture.
coming from America. In America, when we love someone,
Which is-
this motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah.
Because
Fucking bitch.
हाँ,
It's very common.
US से आ रहा है ये सारा.
Yeah. And thanks to the social media and live streaming of movies and serials and series and non-stoppage watching of TVs at home, I saw my 9-year-old nephew watching some English crime series. उस पे लिखा हुआ था 16 year plus only. Blood, suicide, gore. 16
My
year plus.
God.
And I was like, I asked his mother, do you see this? That headliner, it's coming on the entire series.
A lot of people don't understand gore.
No.
Gore मतलब होता है विभत्स.
No, do you see what is happening on the screen? Do you see those shouts and those blood and those guts falling? Just stop it. Just put a child lock.
My daughter came to me and she said, Papa, bitch, bad word.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, beta, bitch is
No.
not a bad word.
People have made
People
it into a
made it
bad word. Yes. Bitch means a female dog. Just like a mare means a female horse. Just like a woman means a female human.
No, you can't say that. What are the LGBTs calling? A person with women genitalia.
That becomes too much for someone like me. But yes,
Or they're
the
calling-
Urban Dictionary is growing up.
They're also calling if you are giving birth to a kid, they're calling you like a person who can a women genitalia who can give birth.
Who can reproduce. Thank God it's not reproduce, the biological word. No, we have actually changed as a society. See, we Indians, what I have seen, what I have observed in my personal experience, we grasp a lot from others, especially when it's coming from celebs or when it's coming from other countries. It's very easy for us to forget our, I will not go into religion, but हम श्राद्ध वाले दिन काले कुत्ते क्यों ढूंढते हैं?
अजीब है हमारे धर्म
कितना
में
अजीब है ना?
बहुत हिपोक्रेसी हमारे
और कितने शर्म की बात है कि वो काले कुत्ते श्राद्ध के खाने को मुंह नहीं लगाते हैं. I stopped seeing crows. कैसे अपने पितरों को आप शांति देते हो? आपने तो crows तक गायब कर दिए. What kind of hypocrisy is that?
Crows
You
नहीं
don't
है,
want a
crows
crow.
नहीं है ना, मुझे भी नहीं दिखते.
नहीं, you don't want a crow or a kabutar sitting on your balcony. You don't want a dog roaming around in your करोड़ों का society. But on shraddh of your papa or your mummy or your nana or nani, you would go like a beggar looking for that dog and that crow. And I said it 5 years ago, you will stop finding those dogs who eat this food. And now people have stopped finding. I find that food in garbage. What kind of hypocrisy is that? What kind of religion? Religion के नाम पे मजाक बना रहे हैं हम. मतलब मुझे लगता है पितरों को दुख होता होगा इस बात से.
वो पितर भी वैसे
क्योंकि वो पितर नहीं, वो पितर अच्छे थे एक्चुअली. पितरों ने कभी कुत्ते नहीं मारे. खाने घर के बाहर रोटी डालते थे वो लोग बेचारे.
ये तो हैबिट है.
घर के बाहर गांव में भी रोटी अभी भी रखी जाती है बची हुई.
हमारे यहाँ गाय के लिए और कुत्ते के लिए
अलग रोटी
स्पेशली बनाया जाता है.
पहली रोटी गाय की, आखिरी रोटी कुत्ते की.
हाँ, ये जाएगा.
तो पितरों ने तो नहीं किया, वो हम कर रहे हैं. पूरे साल डंडा मारते हैं, श्राद्धों पे ढूंढते हैं.
ओके, वन मोर क्वेश्चन आई हैव, राइट. जो हमारा सनातन धर्म है, इसने कई बार क्या किया है कि युधिष्ठिर के साथ there was a dog which went to स्वर्ग, right? एंड आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, आज तक मुझे ना वेद व्यास बता पाए कि कुत्ता गया क्यों था। वो मुझे पढ़ना पड़ेगा दोबारा, क्योंकि मैंने कई बार महाभारत पढ़ने की कोशिश
Just for
करी।
loyalty.
He
Just
went,
for loyalty
हाँ,
towards Yudhishthir. There was no other reason.
और
And Yudhishthir's loyalty towards him.
हाँ,
Yudhishthir said, I would rather go to hell than leave the animal
and he
who
left all his
accompanied
brothers.
me on my last journey, on my toughest journey, and did not go away. So that was the loyalty and love and the bond. That shows how deep a man and a dog's bond can be. That is one example out of our epics.
और भी है, जैसे भगवान शिव को काल भैरव कहा जाता है। काल भैरव
भगवान
is a
शिव को पशुपतिनाथ भी कहा जाता है।
पशुपतिनाथ भी कहा जाता है। अब इससे बड़े एग्जाम्पल कहाँ मिलेंगे आपको कि आप सांपों को पूजा करिए या उनको
और फिर
इज्जत
उनको मार
करिए? कम
दीजिए।
से कम नहीं, मारिए मत, कम से कम इज्जत
नवरात्रों
करिए।
में सांप को मारा, बच्चा बोलता है मम्मी सांप को मत मारो, मम्मी बोलती है अरे नहीं नहीं मारने दे, और मम्मी के नवरात्रों के उपवास थे। दिस हैपेंड इन माई सेक्टर, सीसीटीवी फुटेज पे कैप्चर हुआ है। इमेजिन
हाउ डू यू किल द फियर इनसाइड पीपल? क्योंकि डर की वजह से ही मार रहे हैं लोग।
डर क्यों है? अगर आपके पास रेस्क्यूअर सामने है तो आपके पास डर क्यों है? यू डोंट इवन बॉदर टू इन्फॉर्म। डर किस बात का है? रैट स्नेक से किस बात का डर है? नॉर्मल रैट स्नेक से किस बात का डर है? आप सांपों की ब्रीड के बारे में जानते नहीं हो, डंडा उठाते हो, पटाख से मार देते हो।
ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है।
90% सांप जो आप मारते हो वो नॉन पॉइजनस होते हैं। पॉइजनस सांप को आप मार नहीं पाओगे, उससे पहले वो आपको काट लेगा। कोबरा पे डंडे से अटैक करना, जरा वो हवा में कैसे काटता है वो बता देगा। These people end up killing rat snakes who are not a threat to anyone. They are just beautiful, sundar, 12 feet, 10 feet long creatures whose job is to eat frogs and extra rodents from our surroundings. And then 6 months they lie in hibernation. People kill them.
When I was growing up, I also had this idea कि if you kill a snake, you'll be a man, right? I was growing up, and I'm honest about it. Then
It
what
happens
happened?
because you grasp from your,
Yes.
elders.
One day I saw a king cobra, at least 10 feet, and he was huge, and he stood up and he looked at me like this. I was like, "Aaj
They
ke
can
baad."
stand taller.
Yeah, and he was like at least 4 feet up, and he
That
looked
is
at me.
telling you, please don't dare.
Yeah, and he looked at me, and I was like, "भाई आज के बाद मुझे king नहीं बनना,
नहीं
तुम
बनना।
अपने घर जाओ, मैं अपने घर." खेत था, जोता हुआ खेत था,
हाँ,
and he was
खेतों में
very
तो
fast, and
you
and the
find
moment I
them.
started running behind him, he stood like this, and I was like, "Okay, okay, okay,
मैं जा रहा हूँ।
मैं जा रहा हूँ, आप अपने रास्ते जाओ, मैं अपने रास्ते जा रहा हूँ." बट मुझे याद है मेरी दादी बोलती थी, when you see a snake, मेरी
Say
दादी
Om Namah Shivaya.
हाँ, हाथ जोड़ो
My
और बोले
father
हे भगवान,
practiced
आप
this
अपने
for-
स्थान पे चले जाओ।
I do that in my sanctuary every third, fourth day. We get lots of snakes because it's a village area and snake prone belt. 90% टाइम हाथ जोड़ने से चले जाते हैं।
हाँ,
You just
नहीं,
need.
भगवान अपने थाने पे चले
It's
जाओ,
not
अपने
about.
घर
It's
चले जाओ।
not about superstition. It's about. Let's just talk about science behind it. When you, जब आप ऐसे करते हो ना, you are being peaceful, and that aura of peace is touching that snake, and that snake understands that you are giving him way out. They will go away. They will not stop. You kill them for no reason, they would come again. How can you stop a snake from coming from a jungle into your home? You can't. There are so many green belts. There are so many. घरों के नीचे, सेक्टरों के नीचे हार्वेस्टर्स में घर बना रखे हैं. कहाँ से निकालोगे?
वी हैव मेड अ फार्म हाउस। तो फार्म हाउस में क्या हुआ कि पीछे की तरफ जहाँ हमने बनाया है वहाँ पे स्नेक्स, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, पता नहीं मेरे गांव वालों को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मुझे लगता है वहाँ स्नेक्स का घर था
पहले
ठीक है?
कभी?
हाँ, पहले था, क्योंकि हमारे बगीचे में बहुत ही पुराने पुराने स्नेक्स दिखते थे, तो उस बगीचे में मैंने घर बनाया हुआ है। तो मुझे ऐसी फीलिंग आई कि यहाँ पे स्नेक्स का घर था, तो अब मेरे घर के आसपास सांप निकलते रहते हैं।
So there could be a hole nearby.
और जो वहाँ पे मैनेजर है उसको बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन
कि मारना नहीं.
कि मारना नहीं, उनको जो थोड़ा पीछे जंगल करे वहाँ छोड़ देना, वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट
So
इंस्ट्रक्शन।
we do have snake catcher sticks at the shelter, at the home.
Mhm.
We see a snake, we will just quietly put in a snake bag. We take them to Surajpur wetlands, the protected forest area, or the Kasna forest range. We try to keep them away from civilization. We don't want them coming back to civilization by mistake. गाड़ी के नीचे आना,
पर देखो
लोगों
ना,
का मार
बढ़ता जा
देना.
रहा है ना, अभी तो बुलंदशहर तक हो गया एनसीआर।
हाँ बट
कहाँ पे, वेयर विल दे गो?
नहीं, अभी touchwood, greater Noida, we still have huge jungles, protected ones, and I'm hoping they are not taken away because they have been declared protected, so I'm hoping they are going to remain protected.
Now the question is the revenge killing of dogs. कुत्ते ने बच्चे को काट लिया और
सबको मार दो,
रिवेंज किलिंग है कि वो कुत्ता मिला नहीं मिला. इट्स लाइक
उसके कलर के सारे मार दो.
दिस सीम्स लाइक कि जो दंगे होते हैं, दंगे नहीं होते ह्यूमंस के बीच में, तो दंगे हुए तो इस रिलीजन के लोगों ने हमें मारा है,
तो सारा रिलीजन के
तो
लोगों
रिलीजन
को,
के लोगों को जहां मिले
बच्चा,
वहां मारो,
बीवी,
जो मिले
बंदा जो
उसको.
मिले. Same happens
Like
with
what
dogs.
Hamas did with the
Absolutely.
Jews and
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
Israel
Whatever
did.
is happening in Israel and Palestine happens with when a dog bites a child.
Yes.
That is what happens with
But
dogs.
let
And
me
it doesn't
ask- let me-
matter.
let me-
It
let
will
me
happen
ask you
at
a
that
question.
very point. It will happen all over the country.
But let me ask you another question. When a human kills his child, then also he wants to take revenge. So why not with a dog?
That is true. Now, when someone kills a human's child, does that human go on a killing spree to kill all humans, or does that human want to kill the human who killed the child?
That human specifically.
Then why we as humans want to kill all the dogs who have not even bitten our child, or the dogs who will never be a danger to other children? Why do we go after killing them? 99 out of 100 cases where a dog has bitten a child or a human being and people have killed that dog, it was not the dog who bit. बिकॉज द बाइटर डॉग वो आपके हाथ में आसानी से कभी आएगा नहीं. आप जिसको मार देते हो ना, वो बेचारा सीधा कुत्ता होता है इस मोहल्ले का जो भाग नहीं पाता आपके क्लचेस से छूट के. सो व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, यू आर नॉट सेटिंग अ वेरी गुड एग्जाम्पल फॉर योर चिल्ड्रन. If your children grow up with the idea of taking a stick in their hand and hitting every animal or every thing which they think is smaller than them, then in no time they will turn into criminals. Because understand, sadistic behavior towards animals helps you regrow sadistic behavior towards humans. That is a proven fact.
But another question is that, let me give you a live example. What I have lived. Okay, my elder brother, he was bitten by a dog. तो उनके जो बम पे से उसने इतना बड़ा बाइट लिया था, literally. You know, I remember
Some
because
dogs, they bite bad.
and it was a
yes.
huge dog, big black colored dog. Okay, and my father got really upset and he started searching for the dog. My uncles were also searching for
सब
him.
ढूंढने लगे.
But my father was distinguished. He wanted to kill that dog, but my uncles were not. So one of my uncles killed a dog for no reason, and my father got upset at him that what was the reason, why did you kill him? Because my father is the alpha man of my family. So what happened? My father kept on searching for the dog, and dog was aware, by the way, that this guy is searching for me, and maybe dog was aware that I did this. That's why he's searching for me. One day, the dog found my father after a month.
Himself.
He came to him. My father was like, and my father believes in these things. He says that if a snake is going and you challenge him, he'll come back. That's what my father believes.
Let him go.
Yeah, he'll let him go. So the dog, he was like at least 10 feet away. And my dad also had a gun with him because he has a gun. So he pulled the gun out to kill, but the dog kept looking at him. He didn't run.
He was just saying sorry
Yeah,
silently.
sorry, or maybe he was
Just-
like, I'm surrendering
just
to you,
trying
do
to
whatever you want to.
reciprocate to
Yeah,
his anger. That,
Yeah. And he just stood there, and my father pulled the gun back. And he went to the dog. Dog stood there. He pet him, and then he ran away.
Maybe he wanted
It's
to
such a
tell that
true
it was a genuine mistake. And
Yeah, and I'm aware because when he bit my brother, I was right there. He just ran away right behind him and bit him. And maybe dog was aware that he made a mistake. He didn't bit me. He didn't bit anybody else. He just bit specifically my brother.
now, when we come to biting dogs, one very important question. एक डॉग है, उसने लेट्स से एक मोहल्ले में 3 लोगों को काट लिया. अब उस मोहल्ले में 30,000 लोग रहते हैं. माई क्वेश्चन इज, उन तीनों को ही क्यों काटा? Why is the dog distinguishing between 3 and 3,000 people?
So you think that they're specifically
There has to be
targeting?
some history. Otherwise, if it is a biting dog, it will not distinguish. Why would it distinguish? It would bite anyone. I don't care. I'll bite him. I'll bite her. Why only a few
He's not a
people?
meat eater, right? At the
He's
end of
not
the
a
day.
meat eater.
Of the humans especially.
Obviously, now no one has been able to give me a logical answer to that. No RWA, no person who was bitten. Why only you? Why only your child was chased? I have interviewed 10 other families. Why weren't their children chased? So, some history. If there is a history, let's remove it. If there has been an animosity due to any reason, कि जहाँ ही हो गई है, कि हमने पत्थर दिखा दिया था, या वो हम पे भौंक गया था, and we retaliated, let's just remove it. It's very simple. As I said, as simple as 2 biscuits of Parle Ji. मारने से आसान है, मारने में थकते हो यार. बिस्किट खिलाना तो बहुत आसान है.
I took my daughter out. तू भी था साथ में. I think white color की जो एक कुत्ता है जो when who ran on शिवाया really. But my
बाहर
daughter हाँ
बाहर
5 साल की है मेरी बेटी. उसने पक्का कोई झगड़ा नहीं करा था उससे. But he ran on her. Literally भौ 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 करके.
किसी किसी
And my
डॉग को बच्चा पसंद नहीं आता
हाँ,
है, ये भी होता है.
my daughter was really scared and I looked at him. I said no.
भागना
तेरे
नहीं
को आइडिया नहीं है साले तू क्या कर रहा
यार
है.
तू.
And the dog ran away. He just never came in front of me. Because my daughter is a dog lover. She
I'll give
finds
you
out the dog.
examples of dogs running after my car. Usually dogs don't run after my car. मेरी कार में से खुशबू आ रही होती है उनको. और मेरे साथ में क्या है, मैं कहीं भी जाती हूँ, कहीं का भी कुत्ता हो, वो गोदी चढ़े बिना मानता नहीं है. एंड पीपल आर लाइक वेरी
ये भी इसके साथ भी
सरप्राइज्ड कि ऐसे क्यों करते हैं ये, हमसे तो बात नहीं करते, यहाँ सालों से रह रहे हैं, हमें देख के बस दूर से पूछ लाएंगे, पास ही नहीं आते. जैसे हाईवे पे किसी किसी ढाबे पे परमानेंट रुकना होता है, जैसे आई कीप ट्रैवलिंग टू उत्तराखंड शेल्टर, तो वो ढाबे वाला भैया भी, दीदी आपकी तो गोदी चढ़ जाता है, मैं इसको 3 साल से खाना खिला रहा हूँ, मुझसे हाथ नहीं लगवाती. तो आई एम लाइक, मैंने कहा कुछ आई डोंट नो, दे either they read me or they know that it's something inside me which will not harm them, whatever, or there is a connection, there is
No, I think they
there
smell.
is some,
They smell you.
yeah, smell. Now there are dogs who run after my car. There are dogs who have the habit of running after every car. Those dogs run after my car too. Now one response is to rev the car and to accelerate and to create lots of noise and to speed away. That will not stop the dog's behavior. That would in fact enforce it. He will do it again and he will do it with all his might and all his steam the next time. मैं गाड़ी रोक देती हूँ. I will stop my car. I will roll down my window and ask, भैया क्या हो गया? And the dog is taken aback. What the hell? What happened? Why did she just talk back to me and that too nicely? And मेरी तरफ देखते देखते बैक ट्रैक, मुड़ेगा भी नहीं, डर के मारे कि मुझसे बात कर ली इसने. And they will not even bark once. You need to tell them we are not a threat. Instead of हम उनसे गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, मेरी गाड़ी के पीछे क्यों भागा? यार कुत्ता है, उसे नहीं पता वो तुम्हारी गाड़ी है. उस बेचारे को नहीं पता कि छत पे सोना अलाउड नहीं है, पढ़ा लिखा थोड़ी है, पीएचडी थोड़ी की है.
एक बार मेरे साथ हुआ था कि देयर वाज दिस पप जो अचानक से भाग के आया वो, एंड मुझे लगा मेरी गाड़ी का पहिया चढ़ गया उसके.
एकदम से हाँ, जैसे आ जाते
और
हैं.
अदरवाइज आई एम नॉट अ पर्सन जिसको थोड़ा ना ऐसे मिट्टी विट्टी ज्यादा होगा कीचड़ होगा तो मेरे जिबी फील होता है, नहीं मुझे नहीं जाना. पर आई वाज सो स्केयर्ड कि ओ माय गॉड डिड आई किल हिम. मैं नीचे उतरा, वो चुपचाप से सिर्फ गाड़ी, मैंने ब्रेक मार लिया, उस पहिए के बगल में बैठा हुआ था और नीचे गाड़ी के नीचे ही ऐसे देख रहा था मुझे. आई पुल्ड हिम आउट. I loved him a little. मैंने बोला यार ये because I got really scared कि did I kill him?
अचानक वाले एक्सीडेंट्स भी होते हैं. And I have seen deliberate ones. I just got a man booked and his car impounded last month. He deliberately killed my street dog. उसने स्कूल के बच्चे बिठाए हुए थे, स्कूल ले जा रहा था 7 बजे, उनके सामने रॉन्ग साइड पे जाके deliberately उसके ऊपर से गाड़ी निकाल के ले गया. I got the CCTV footage. I was in Uttarakhand. I got him arrested. I got the car impounded. But an 18-year-old young sterilized vaccinated life is gone. And she was the friend of the guard of the main gate. Imagine.
मेरे पास आपके लिए एक और क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ जी, सवालों पे सवाल निकलते जाएंगे.
जितने भी लोग डॉग लवर्स होते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर यूजुअली लेफ्ट लीनिंग पीपल, लिबरल्स, जिनको हमेशा एक माना जाता है. और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम they are I'll not say they support, but they are in favor of China, and China is the worst country.
They eat dogs for that matter.
And that they have a dog festival.
Yulin.
Yeah, in that festival, you are aware, you might have seen those.
Many
videos.
dogs from India are smuggled to China.
Yes.
Who doesn't know that?
So why this hypocrisy? Why this hypocrisy of the left?
खाना भी चाइना का खिलाते हो कुत्तों को? फैक्ट बता रही हूँ.
हाँ. क्या पता कुत्ते का मीट ना हो.
कुत्ते का जो कॉलर बना रहे हो ना, जो डॉग लवर्स के बता रही हूँ, वो मेड इन चाइना है. जो चेन्स हैं वो मेड इन चाइना है. ओप्पो के फोन्स लेके घूमते हैं, सब मेड इन चाइना है. द पॉइंट इज इट्स नॉट अबाउट हिपोक्रेसी. जो मैं पहले ये पूछती हूँ, व्हाई ओनली डॉग लवर? इफ यू लव अ डॉग, व्हाई वुडंट यू लव अदर एनिमल्स? यू हैव सेव्ड अ डॉग, वंडरफुल. व्हाई वुड यू इग्नोर अ गोट इन डिस्ट्रेस? Or why would you not intervene at that butcher shop who is doing bad treatment to the animals who are going to be slaughtered? Why only dogs? Why do I only hear about dogs? Why don't I hear about cow lovers or donkey lovers? I'm a donkey lover, I'm a cat lover. I have cats, I have donkeys, I have cows, I have monkeys, I have rabbit. I still am called the dog mother. Why only dogs? Why are dogs such a hot topic? Failure of municipal corporations in implementing animal birth control as per the WHO requirements and their, what you call them, वो देते हैं ना advisories. We fail to implement it. Population will rise because it's biology. एक street pitch आराम से 5 से 6 बच्चे 8 से 9 बच्चे तक दे देती है एक बार में.
सर्वाइव कर जाते हैं.
2-3 सर्वाइव कर जाते हैं. जहाँ पे खाना अच्छा है या माहौल अच्छा है वहाँ पे सारे भी सर्वाइव कर जाते हैं. तो अगर एक स्ट्रीट फीमेल डॉग साल में मैं कहती हूँ 12 बच्चे भी दे रही है और अगले साल वो 12x6, we are talking in thousands out of one dog.
That's true.
Ever since 2001 अगर हमने आधा भी काम किया होता तो इंडिया में हाई कुत्ता नहीं हो रहा होता. पहली चीज ये. दूसरी चीज ये, responsible feeding is very much important. Why only dogs? Why don't you feed and go up for the abandoned cows? There are so many bachdas on roads who are eating pannis. Yeah, go there. Why are you feeding dogs who are already fed by their own society? And why are you feeding them in basements?
Basement वाला तो चक्कर समझ
Why
गया.
are you feeding them in playgrounds? Why the hell are you feeding them on society main doors?
What about the instant Instagram dog lovers?
Oh my God. That is a creed I am scared of because that is damaging for the animal welfare in general. One, it's ruining the images of actual shelters and people who have been working for animals for years. I am just a new person, but there are many people who have been there for 25, 30 plus years. Even their intents get questioned. इंस्टा रील ने तो डॉग लवर को भगवान बना दिया.
यस. और मुझे लगता है इंस्टा रील को ही काउंटर कर रहे हैं ये जो डॉग हेटर्स हैं.
When they see those Insta reels, when they see that fundraising happening for dog feeding, मैं उतना ही खाना खिलाऊंगी जितनी मेरी औकात होगी. जितनी नहीं होगी उससे ज़्यादा नहीं खिलाऊंगी ना. Why fundraise? Why do I need to fundraise for dogs who are already fed by the society? Why is my NGO's van going to 50 different sectors जहाँ पे लोगों का फेंका हुआ खाना बचता है to feed dogs? And why am I throwing those watery rice on roads, creating a mess in public hygiene? Those dogs don't even eat it.
Yes.
I'll share lots of videos just from Noida every day. Unnecessary feeding, no sterilizations, and unnecessary hatred.
अगर कुत्ते का पेट भरा तो पार्ले जी भी नहीं खाता. वो
कुछ नहीं खाता.
वो निकल जाता है.
वो कुछ नहीं
क्योंकि
खाता.
हमें याद है कई बार हमने वो आए हमारे पास प्यार
If
किया
they are
हमने.
fed, they will not eat
हमने
it.
प्यार किया, हमने पार्ले जी फेंका और सूंघ के फिर हम शक्ल देखो फिर
नहीं.
हम लोग तो मजे की मजाक भी करते हैं. बोलो कि दिमाग खराब, पार्ले जी नहीं खा रहा मैं.
I have identified 100 plus areas जहाँ के जानवरों को, dogs को and cows को actually food की जरूरत है. No one goes there. Go to Bangel. They are eating garbage, all of them. All of them. I go to sector 45, I see 5 different NGOs feeding the same number of dogs who are already fed by the poshest society of Noida. This is spoiling life for animals in general. Insta reels, I understand young generation loves making reels. Do it for a better good.
एक लड़की का बताता हूँ मैं आपको. हमारे यहाँ पे रहती थी, बहुत पुरानी बात बता रहा हूँ, 2012. She brought a dog to show off that I have
a dog.
And she used to go out with different, she used to behave like lady dog. She used to go out with different people for 3-4 days, right? और वो हमारे पड़ोस में था, तो वो बेचारा पपी था, वो बुलडॉग था, वो रोता रहता था. And I'm sure उसने खाना वाना छोड़ा होगा, but बाहर से ताला लगा हुआ है. And we can't do much about it.
But then again, you can't leave a puppy home alone. It's illegal and it's against Animal Protection Acts.
तो इन लोगों का क्या करा जाए? इन लोगों को जेल कब भेजेंगे?
मैं उन एनिमल लवर्स का क्या करूं जो सारे दिन देसी कुत्ते के ऊपर लड़ते हैं लेकिन उनके घर में प्योर ब्रीड कुत्ते पल रहे हैं? मैं उन सेलिब्रिटीज का क्या करूं जो दिन भर अडॉप्ट इन इंडी का नारा लगाती हैं लेकिन घर में साइबेरियन हस्कीज रखे हुए हैं?
और वो भी डेंजरस है साइबेरियन हस्की.
नहीं, वो डेंजरस नहीं है, वो बहुत अच्छा कुत्ता है. हम लोगों को पालने की तमीज नहीं है. हम भूल जाते हैं कि वो -4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का कुत्ता है. इंडिया का 50 डिग्री का एवरेज टेम्परेचर वो झेल नहीं पाएगा, दिमाग गर्म हो जाएगा. I have a Siberian Husky, such a beautiful dog. He bites everyone except his handler. And it took me 3 months to him to get trust that handler. मुझे भी ट्रस्ट नहीं करता क्योंकि मैं अब्यूजिव कंडीशन से निकाल के लाई थी. मुझसे तो नफरत करता है कि तू वहीं से खोल लाई मुझे जहाँ मैं 5 साल से बंधा हुआ था मेन गेट पे. मेन गेट पे 24/7 in summer, in rains, in winters. Siberian Husky, 4-year-old. Imagine that. That guy went crazy. He's in on mind medications for last 2 months. And he still can't forget that trauma, that pain of being alone and being tied on that door for years in his own shit and poop without any water. A Siberian Husky in 50 degrees in Greater Noida. We don't deserve dogs.
तो वो जो बंदा था उसको क्या हुआ जिसने रखा था
हाँ
उसको?
वो कुछ नहीं वो the police was there for hours, didn't turn up for days. So my job was to help the dog. I got him out. My job was done. So the point is I know so many animal lovers who advocate for animals. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to take names because it's going to create a lot of ruckus. But I actually can name a lot of animal lovers who have bought 20-day-old pups from breeders. It's unethical to separate a puppy from the mother before 60 days. You claiming to be an animal lover. You claiming to feed your animal, street animals. You claiming to fight with your RWAs over those street dogs. Go and buy a 20-day-old Shih Tzu puppy. And then next day you call me and tell me, Kaveri, see, I did this. And then I go up and abuse you like crazy. Because this is not love. What are you doing? What are you teaching others? कि इंस्टाग्राम फेसबुक पे और कैमरे पे स्ट्रीट डॉग लव दिखाओ और घर में पेडिग्री को खरीद के ले आओ 20 दिन के बच्चे को.
यही हो रहा है. अच्छा, लेट मी आस्क यू वन मोर क्वेश्चन. आपको कब फील हुआ कि लेट मी लीव माय मल्टीनेशनल जॉब एंड बिकम डॉग मदर या एन एनिमल मदर? कब आपके मन में आया कि लेट मी डू दिस?
जब ये धीरे धीरे सारी सच्चाइयां जो अभी बोली है ना सामने आई, फिर शेल्टरों का हाल देखा, वो भी बेहाल है. आपके नोएडा का ही सबसे महान है. 2 साल पहले स्टिंग ऑपरेशन हमने ही करवाया था जिसमें बहुत लोग फायर हुए थे. आज की डेट में नाम बदल के वही लोग वहाँ काम कर रहे हैं. प्रेग्नेंट गायों के पेट में से कुत्ते बच्चे उखाड़ उखाड़ के ले जा रहे थे, वही लोग अभी भी काम कर रहे हैं. बस आउटसोर्सिंग एजेंसी का नाम बदल गया है. SPCA is supposed to have a shelter. Where is the SPCA shelter of Gautam Budh Nagar? Our DM sir is supposed to be the head of SPCA. What is he doing for protection against cruelty for animals? Or what is he doing for dog bite cases? जहाँ पे लोगों को कुत्तों ने काट लिया, what has our DM done? As an SPCA chairman, it's his duty. Unfortunately, it's his court mandated duty. He cannot get away from it. But no one goes and reminds him that.
But let me ask you one more question. इंडिया में जो political discourse है, वो हमेशा पॉलिटिकल डिस्कोर्स नेशनल
जब इन्हें वोट चाहिए होते हैं तब ये बोलते हैं
नेशनल क्यों है? हमारे यहाँ पॉलिटिकल डिस्कोर्स.
मैं लास्ट ईयर की बात सुनो, कैंपेनिंग. आई एम सॉरी पॉलिटिकल पीपल, आई एम सो सॉरी, आई डोंट वोट, यू कैन पुट मी इन जेल फॉर दैट, बट यू गाइज ऑल लाई. Last year, you guys made us work so hard on No More 50 campaign. You promised us that you were going to increase the fine from 5,000 rupees to 75,000. You promised us you were going to remove that rupees 50 fine for killing an animal. You gathered your votes, you did everything, and you just forgot about that topic. And then you come up with ideas of banning breeds. Where are you when I'm shouting that please go and arrest that unethical breeder? Where are you when I am sitting at the unethical breeder's house for 24 hours and your police refuses to help me for straight 24 hours? And then you go ahead and try to ban the same breeds I was trying to ban from being bred. तो प्रॉब्लम है, देखो लॉ है, अवेयरनेस भी है, ना तो कोई लॉ फॉलो करना चाहता और ना ही कोई अवेयरनेस को एक्चुअली कैरी फॉरवर्ड करके इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहता. हर बंदा जिद पूरी करना चाहता है, कोई अपना फ़ायदा पूरा करना चाहता है, कोई AOA के वोट लेना चाहता है, कोई एनिमल लव के वोट लेना चाहता है, कोई इंस्टाग्राम रील्स पे मिलियंस ऑफ फॉलोवर्स चाहता है. एंड price is being paid by the animals. Doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cat or a snake.
So which direction humans are taking everybody to?
Oh, they are going towards
Extinction.
Noah's Ark wala area. They are actually destroying their planet by their own hands. Our glaciers are melting. Towns like Joshimath are sinking. we have already done a lot of damage, especially to the environment and the animals together.
एक वो भी है ना कि compete करना है. अगर चाइना ने
We want
पहाड़ों
to
में
compete with
रेलवे
China. We want to become
रेलवे
New
बना दिया तो
York.
हम भी बनाएंगे.
हाँ, we want to build tunnels in our mountains, not knowing that water flows below those mountains and it's going to sink an entire city. Now we are crying that our major cities are sinking. What good would that do? And we are still tunneling.
अरे बाबा वो नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूँ जोशीमठ के बारे में तो 12 साल पहले रिपोर्ट.
अरे उसके बाद तो
जोशीमठ को रोक दो
टनलिंग
वरना
बंद
डूब
कर दो.
जाएगा.
अभी तो और हो रही है. सहारनपुर से देहरादून के सारे पहाड़ खत्म हो गए. नेशनल हाईवे बन रहा है. दिल्ली से देहरादून 3 घंटे. यू आर गोइंग टू एंजॉय योर देहरादून राइड नाउ. पहाड़ खत्म, क्या फर्क पड़ना है किसी को. पहाड़ ही तो था.
When Guruji comes to my show sometimes, his name is Yati Narsingha. A lot of people hate him for the way he talks.
Because he speaks the truth.
He speaks the truth. So he was telling me that this government last 10 years, he made sure that every temple in India is a tourist place.
Yes. Money. It's all about money. I'm so sorry.
And KK Mohammed, another guy who's an archaeologist, he says that कि सरकार ने ASI का बजट काट दिया है, करंट सरकार ने बाथरूम्स का बजट बढ़ा दिया है.
और बाथरूम से बहुत सारे हैं जिन पे ताले लगे हुए हैं.
हाँ, नहीं हर टेम्पल में बाथरूम
Bathrooms बन
स्वेंकी
गए
है,
हैं, हाँ.
क्योंकि वो चाहते हैं कि लोग आए तो
ज्यादा
उन्हें
से ज्यादा
बाथरूम
आए.
यूज करना है.
उत्तराखंड मैं जाती हूँ शेल्टर, जो पूरी रोड है फ्रॉम ऋषिकेश टू नरेंद्र नगर, उसकी वॉल्स को बड़ा खूबसूरती से बहुत पैसा लगा के पेंट किया गया है. अब पेंट तो आपने किया, आप ये क्यों भूलते हो आपका हाईवे हर साल बारिश में गिर जाता है. वो नेशनल हाईवे पूरा ही गिर जाता है. कभी कहीं से पूरा गिर जाता है, कभी कहीं से पूरा गिर जाता है. यू हैव प्लेड विद नेचर, यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली पेइंग द प्राइस फॉर इट, एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ फिक्सिंग इट यू आर डिस्ट्रॉइंग एंड यू आर रिमूविंग मोर माउंटेन्स. जड़ों से पेड़ और माउंटेन हटा दिए हमने, छोड़े ही नहीं. आई डोंट रिमेंबर सहारनपुर द वे व्हेन आई वाज born इन हरिद्वार. मेरे घर के बराबर में पहाड़ था.
बिल्कुल.
अभी मेरे घर से 20 किलोमीटर दूर तक पहाड़ नहीं है. मतलब
पर एक और भी बात है ना कि जैसे अभी क्या कर रहे हैं कि अभी जो करंट गवर्नमेंट है, and I'm sorry, मैं क्रिटिसाइज ही कर रहा हूँ.
it's not about criticizing. I'm sorry, we're stating the facts. Why did we get flooded this year? In Yamuna ji and in Hindan, why did we get flooded? Our glaciers are melting because we are tunneling. We are tunneling and we are doing hydro projects. They are damaging a lot of things. And then pollution, don't ask about it. You can't breathe in Greater
मैं
Noida.
अभी जो करंट सरकार की इसलिए बात कर रहा हूँ, करंट सरकार हमारे देश को यूरोप बनाना चाहती है, और उस करंट सरकार ये भी नहीं ध्यान देती कि हिमालयंस आर वेरी न्यू माउंटेन्स.
They would
The
sink
European-
in one
the
bit.
Apples,
Europeans have the oldest
जो
mountains.
एल्प्स हैं वो बहुत पुराने हैं, वो उन पे आप बना लो ट्रेन, वो नहीं जाएंगे. मुंबई में बना लो.
मैंने क्या बोला था?
सह्याद्री is
आपने
very
पूछा
old.
था ना हम इंडियंस ऐसे क्यों करते हैं. हम इसलिए करते हैं कि हमें दूसरों का
हमें वैसे बनना है.
नकल करने का
नकल.
बड़ा शौक है. अरे पड़ोसी ने 4 मंजिला घर बनाया, मैं 5 मंजिला बनाऊंगा. इसने 1000 पटाखों की लड़ाई चलाई, मैं 2000 पटाखों की लड़ाई चलाऊंगा. मर जाए चिड़िया, मर जाए जानवर, किसी का पेस मेकर फेल हो जाए, वी डोंट केयर.
नहीं, बट इसमें तो हिपोक्रेसी भी है ना. जैसे हिपोक्रेसी ये है कि जो
ऐसे पटाखे बैन है, माइंड इट.
हाँ,
सरकार ने पटाखे बैन किए हुए हैं.
मेरी बात सुन लो. जो लोग जो पटाखों के पीछे जो पड़े हैं दिवाली के एक दिन के लिए, उन्हीं की गवर्नमेंट के एनवायरमेंट मिनिस्टर आतिशी आके बोलती है कि हमें पता ही नहीं क्यों हो रहा है. ये
क्यों हो रहा है? हमने तो पटाखे बैन कर दिए.
पटाखे हमने बैन कर दिए,
फिर
पर
भी
हमें
बिक रहे हैं.
मालूम ही नहीं है कि ये पोल्यूशन क्यों हो रहा है.
हाँ, खुले बिक रहे हैं. वीडियो डाल दूं ट्विटर पे, किसको देखने हैं. रात के टाइम सांस नहीं ले सकते नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा में. इट्स ऑल वाइट.
Yes, it is.
So the point is कि
But the bigger point is that nobody love it the way you want to solve the problem, right?
अरे जो जियोलॉजिस्ट हैं वो रो के मर गए, मत छेड़ो. Don't touch the mountains. They are fragile. They are very fragile. They have water beneath them. Don't touch them. No one paid any attention to them. And when Joshimut was thinking, same scientists were called. And they said, we told you that 12 years ago.
12 years है, उनकी रिपोर्ट है भाई, उन्होंने दिया है इनको लिख के कि
And then they put they put a gag order on the reports.
They send. Why the hell do you make committees? अगर सुनना नहीं है तो कमेटी क्यों बनाते हो?
मैं जोशीमठ गई. I met a local. मैं गई तो एनिमल्स के लिए थी, but I still met a local. And he was about 55-56 year old. मैंने पूछा, अंकल आप हमेशा से यहाँ रह रहे हो? And he was like, हाँ जी बेटा, I was born here. मेरे फादर दादा वगैरह. तो मैंने कहा कि अदर देन टनलिंग, दूसरी वजह क्या है जो ये पहाड़ ऐसे बैठ रहा है? कहते बेटा चारों तरफ देखो, घर देखो कितने कितने मंजिल के. सो आई एक्चुअली स्टैंडिंग ऑन अ हाई पॉइंट एंड आई सॉ 6 मंजिल से कम तो कोई नहीं था, 10-10 मंजिल, 12-12 मंजिल। अब बोलते हैं 12 मंजिल पे 6-6 कमरे बने हुए हैं, 6-6 कमरे में एक भी बंदा रहता है। लेट्स जस्ट टॉक अबाउट सीवेज। वेयर इज इट गोइंग? इजंट इट गोइंग बिलो दैट बिल्डिंग इन द माउंटेन? जहाँ पर एक सिंगल स्टोरी घर होने की कैपेसिटी भी डेंजरस थी, वहाँ पे हमने 8-8 स्टोरी बना दिए। तो मैंने बोला ये परमिशंस किसने दी? कहना अब ये तो मैडम परमिशन देने वालों से पूछो। This is the point. And you go to Uttarakhand, the most fragile of places, they would have the tallest of buildings. And sewer is the most important thing. And it's going in south the mountain because they don't have that sewage system. They all have septic tanks. वो धंसेगा नहीं?
Recently we have decided to make a home inside the mountain. So पता है हम किस चीज से बना रहे हैं वो?
Make it eco.
नहीं, वो इतने ऐसे वो आते हैं ऐसे जिसके अंदर थर्माकोल भरा होता है,
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
उसी की छत भी बनेगी, उसी का ये भी बनेगा, वो पूरा उसी का बन
ठीक
रहा
है,
है।
that is an excellent project to put waste and dangerous material to good use.
Yeah, we just don't want, because you know we thought कि यार वो कंक्रीट बनाने कोई लॉजिक।
Another idea is those plastic की mineral water की bottles, get them filled with sand, please. They destroy the climate a lot. If you can find them from any dump yard and use them for walls, they are the strongest walls ever. Oh, I have read a lot about eco shelter making and
और वहाँ पे we bought a little bit of land, और वहाँ पे we
Where?
are planning
In Himachal?
not in Uttarakhand. My wife is from Gadwal.
Okay, I am
So-
from Tiri myself. Where in
अच्छा,
Garhwal?
she's from क्या है, Partisand, Satpuli.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you have purchased nearby only?
Yeah,
All
right in the village.
So
like, a
our
little
shelter
bit.
which we have made, that is about 25 kilometers uphill from Narendra Nagar.
Okay.
When you go towards Devprayag, from Tiri side, when you go towards Devprayag, so it's there on a private road in a very private or बहुत less populated village.
Do you know what I'm planning now? I'm planning that we have made enough money.
Let's do some good thing.
No, good thing as well. And I'm planning to go to the mountains. मेरे बच्चे सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ेंगे.
और मैं innovative
हाँ,
तरीके से
I will-
self sustainable life जीऊंगा.
Exactly, हाँ.
Excellent idea. I think more people should do it. Because if every one of us continues to live in metros, we are contributing to the pollution and
But
to
listen to me.
hellishness
मैं ये
more.
महान भी एक्टिंग नहीं कर
नहीं,
रहा हूँ.
मान की जरूरत नहीं है. अपने लिए अस्थमा हो जाएगा नहीं तो कुछ साल में यहाँ रहते रहते.
मुझे वहां जाके क्या करना है, मुझे वहां पे हाई स्पीड सैटेलाइट इंटरनेट कनेक्शन लूंगा. I'll work. It's not that I'm not working. I'll work.
बिल्कुल.
I'll work,
When
but
I
I'll
go
work
to
from
Uttarakhand,
there.
I work. मैंने भी वो मोबाइल सिग्नल एंड वाईफाई बूस्टर लगा रखा है.
हाँ.
I also work. I go there when I need a moment of peace.
Yeah.
And it's a very good area to stay away from pollution. मेरे जैसे लोगों को तो 1 आध साल में भागना पड़ेगा. My lungs are getting
I also
damaged
have-
every day.
I also have asthma, not severe, but I have
Oh,
asthma.
no, mine is.
No, but I can see.
ये
जब
हर टाइम
हथियार-
हाथ में है.
हथियार के साथ कोई रेडी
हर
रहता है ना, उसको
time.
देख के पता होता है.
एलेग्रा सुबह सुबह नॉन ड्राउजी वाली अगर नहीं खाई तो आई कैन नॉट ब्रीथ द एंटायर डे. आई विल कीप ऑन हैविंग दोज रिवर्सेस. एंड और गलती से नोएडा आ गई फिर तो पूछो मत, यहाँ का तो और ही ज्यादा है.
But I love
ग्रेटर
talking
नोएडा
to you.
क्रॉस्ड 500 डे बिफोर यस्टरडे.
क्यों दिल्ली कम रहता है हमारे
मतलब
तरह, हमें क्या कर रहे हैं, ऐसा क्या कर रहे हैं हम?
तारे पटाखे चलाने वाले हमारी तरफ आगे लगता है. 540 समथिंग था. माई फ्रेंड कॉल्ड मी एंड आस्क्ड मी आर यू अलाइव कावेरी. मैंने कहा क्यों पूछ रही है? कहती है इंडेक्स देख. शी वॉज वेरी वरीड अबाउट मी. मैंने कहा यार मैं वही कहूँ, मुझे सुबह से अस्थमा अटैक आ रहा है. आई वॉज थिंकिंग क्यों आ रहा है. एंड देन आई सॉ द इंडेक्स एंड देन आई एम लाइक कि वेदर देख के नहीं आप कह सकते हो बाहर की इतना पोल्यूशन है. बट व्हेन यू आर एक्चुअली सीइंग इट, कोलकाता इज एट 160 एंड वी आर एट 540 प्लस. इट सेड वी आर बियॉन्ड इंडेक्स. एक्चुअली वी क्रॉस्ड 500.
I went to New York, and in New York, inside New York, in the month of December, I was drinking water which is ice water, and I had no problem. But here, even if I try a cold drink, I'll start sneezing. I'll have cold, and I could
It's
feel.
the adulteration of our developing nation plus
Exactly.
the pollution.
हाँ,
Adulteration
when I-
के बिना हम मानते नहीं है. गेहूं में भी चावल का आटा मिलाते हैं. कुत्ता प्रेम में भी प्योर ब्रीड ले आते हैं. तो अडल्ट्रेशन करने की इंडियंस को हमेशा से आदत है, चाहे वो हल्दी में रही हो, चाहे वो किसी भी काम में रही हो.
But मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता कि मतलब उन्होंने भी तो बहुत दिन लगाए, उन्होंने बहुत पोल्यूट किया, अमेरिका वगैरह ने भी.
बट देन
But
दे
उन्होंने कंट्रोल कैसे कर लिया?
they I think they had that hindsight earlier than us. हमें नहीं आई अभी. हमारे तो जब बचेंगे नहीं ना पहाड़.
मुझे तो अभी ये भी फीलिंग आने लग गई कि with the the current political discourse, humans are getting zombified towards either supporting someone
or just killing
against
someone, or
someone.
just hating someone,
Everybody is zombified.
or just fighting against a species.
हाँ, जो भी पर
और
zombies हो
खामो
गए.
कहाँ करना है?
हाँ, पर zombies हो चुके हैं
हाँ.
वो. उनको आप change नहीं कर सकते.
No
आप.
one will have a logical reason. If 100 people are fighting against dogs, out of those 100, 99 को किसी का नुकसान dogs ने नहीं किया होगा. They are just there. आदमियों के औरतों पे हाथ उठा रहे हैं, औरतें आदमियों पे हाथ उठा रही हैं. भैया नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा के पानी में कुछ मिल गया, मैं बता रही हूँ.
ठीक है. All right, so we spoke to Kaveri ji and it was a fun conversation which we had with her. And I would love to speak to people to make sure that you actually changed my thought process as well, by the way. I saw a lot of changes in me.
You need to visit my shelter.
For sure, I will.
Even Greater Noida.
Because once you
It will change you more. I can guarantee.
It changed my thought process.
Yeah.
But मुझे यार जो एक बार याद है लक्ष्मी नगर में तू भी था साथ में. It was a huge dog, scary dog, okay? And everybody was scared from him. And I was standing and I was not looking at him. He just came, he smelled me and stood right beside me. And he kept on standing there. And I was like, why would he do that?
You do not emanate the era of either I'm going to hurt you, neither you emanate the era, oh, I'm going to do मेरा बेटा पिंटू लड्डू, जो हम यूजुअली जो फीडर्स हम करते हैं, ये गलती है, नहीं करना चाहिए हमें. यू आर न्यूट्रल. एंड देन ही रियलाइजेज दैट यू कैरी अ पावरफुल ऑरा, एंड दैट ऑरा इज नॉट टू बी अ बीटा, that aura is of an alpha. So him being an alpha will not pick the fight with an alpha. He will just stand beside the alpha and try to absorb more alpha waves. He will try to absorb your confidence. That's what dogs do. I don't know. There are cases where dogs have bitten, but then it's not about that it's always the dog's fault. It's always the person who was bitten his fault. There can be accidents also, but that does not mean that dogs are bad. Where there have been cases, municipal corporations and NGOs and humans need to work together. Please do not get rid of animals. Rather try and rehabilitate them. Municipal corporations का काम है, NGOs की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है एड करना, और बाकी रेजिडेंट्स यार और कुछ नहीं तो सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो कम से कम है ना. हमें कुत्ता हटाना है, मारने के लिए क्यों हटाना है? सही करने के लिए हटा देते हैं, है ना. लेट हिम हैव अ बेटर लाइफ वेयर ही डजंट बाइट एनीवन.
Let me tell you, share another experience of mine. Lift के अंदर मैं आ रहा था. There was a female beagle. My God, the way she gave me a cold stare.
Don't talk to me. I'm going to do this.
Hi, is this your beagle? I was talking to the lady.
Because you spoke to the mother, na?
Yeah, and she looked at me like this. And
How
I'm like,
dare you?
And believe me. And I was like, यार प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
अगर मैं अपना डॉग घुमा रही हूँ, अपने डॉग से बात करोगे, वो आपको कुछ नहीं कहेगा. अगर आपने मुझसे बात कर ली and they don't know you, they would growl at you. They would say, stop, don't talk to our mother. You don't know us. We don't think she knows you. So dogs know that. If you had spoken to her, what's her name, and you called her name first, trust me, she would have been your friends. There are
a lot of dogs who are the medical agencies are using them to smell cancer inside people.
Oh, when a Labrador can smell an IED and kill herself for it, why can't dogs smell cancer? When they can smell marijuana and other drugs on airports and wherever they
now
are
they've
seized.
been used specifically to smell cancer, and they are 99%
An animal which
accurate.
can detect a drug which human beings and machines have failed to detect can detect anything. An animal which can detect minds way before our sophisticated systems do, and an animal which lays down his or her life for it cannot be a bad animal. So when we call,
कुत्ते गधे लगते हैं.
They are very 9 साल के बच्चे जितना दिमाग होता है.
कुछ भी करवा लो, जाए कर ले तू.
कर ले, गोली खा लेगा. Who does that? Tell me a human being who will jump on an IED. Dog can. Just 1 month ago, she jumped on an IED. She took fire on her chest and then jumped on the IED, saving her handler and the entire platoon. वो बेवकूफ नहीं तो क्या है? बेवकूफी तो है. उस रेस को बचा रही है जो रेस उसकी पूरी रेस को खत्म करने पे तुली है. Why? If there is a biter dog, there is a dog like Kent. If there is a person who ate children in Nithari, there are good humans too. We need to distinguish.
नहीं मैं समझ, कई बार मैं सोचता हूँ कि किसने बोला तेरे को इतना अच्छा होने के लिए? डॉग्स के लिए मुझे
You are
किसने बोला
too
तेरे को
good.
इतना अच्छा होने
You
के
are
लिए?
too good for
हाँ,
the human beings at least.
ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के लिए तो माय गॉड दे आर रियली गुड.
Because we, as I said, we don't deserve them. We have done such bad with them. We have thrown them off roofs. We have dragged them on bikes. We have raped them. In Greater Noida, a man was arrested 3 days ago. My lawyer is fighting the case. He raped a female dog, then threw her from the roof when the police came. Can you imagine? The guy is an educated person.
सिकनेस की क्या है
The
ये?
guy is an educated person. He's a property dealer. 2 months ago, I filed another FIR on a man in Noida, Sector 12, posh society. He was caught fingering a female dog. Can you imagine that? He was caught on camera. I couldn't even talk about it on Twitter, so I went to Women DCP. It was Meenakshi ma'am at that time. I just showed her the video and I told her, please tell me what should I do. Kiti, give me a complaint. I will get that man arrested. She got him arrested in less than an hour.
So let me ask you another thing. Like
We are doing bad things.
I
Why
was
won't they
watching
buy it?
another Instagram feed, those reels, you know, which
Yeah,
we
yeah,
watch
yeah.
like
Oh.
a French.
I have stopped following people so that I don't get to see them.
Okay, so this girl, two girls are talking. The girl asks, "Oh, have you cheated on your boyfriend?" She said, "Yeah, but not with a human. I have cheated him with his dog."
Imagine that. What are you telling everyone else?
And that reel had millions of views.
Because this
And
is
those
the kind
girls
of
are
sick mentality
so-called
we
hot
are.
girls of this society.
No, hot girls. Okay, I don't understand the concept of hot girls. Jal kaise nahi jate if they are hot. But the point is, this is the kind of perverted mind we are carrying, that we are liking things which are shitty. Don't talk about adult in nature. No, they are shitty and they are vulgar. How can we like vulgar things? I'll tell you. When I put a reel of a paralyzed dog, the poor animal who can't walk but doesn't have an ounce of blood in the video, I get 0 donations. And I put a dog who is bleeding profusely. People donate. Are we hypocrites or what?
We are.
We love to see misery. We love to see adultery and we love to see vulgarity. That is the reason Instagram reels like that are making millions of hits.
That's what Hamas have learned.
And he learned that actually.
Hamas have learned it. You know, the dead body sells.
Yeah.
So what
He
happened
knows
is
what
this-
body to promote.
So there was this Mossad handle on Twitter. So this guy is inside a body bag, right? And he moves and tells the body bag guy, tells other guy कि ज़्यादा बंद हो गया, so he opens it a little.
Imagine, people have killed themselves trying to make an Insta reel. दनकौर में रेलवे स्टेशन के
हाँ,
ट्रैक से
बड़े
3
लोग-
लड़के नीचे गिर गए, मर गए.
बड़े लोग हैं, बड़े. एक बंदा नहीं, वो ट्रेन आ रही है, उसके सामने से चल रहा है.
हाँ, वो उसको
अरे वो
रेस लगाने
ट्रेन
की
है.
कोशिश कर रहे. ट्रेन उड़ाएगी नहीं तुझे.
एक बार तो मैंने भी ट्रेन के साथ एक्सपेरिमेंट
रहने दो, आप मत करो.
मैंने करी थी, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. ट्रेन आई ऐसे, वहां जा रहे थे, उत्तराखंड जा रहे थे. ट्रेन आई तो आई स्टूड लिटिल क्लोजर टू द ट्रेन. पर फिर भी कम से कम वहां तक इतना दूर था मैं.
वो खींचती है अपनी
अरे
तरफ.
बाप रे यार, वो like जैसे ही वो आई ना, ऐसे हिल गया और फिर वापस 10 फुट दूर खड़ा हो गया. मतलब भैया,
And people are making reels. Imagine that. Why would you do that? Why would you put yours? गंगा जी में आप गए हो, आप रील बना रहे हो. आप राफ्टिंग करते हुए रील बना रहे हो. आप पागल हो. पलट गई राफ्ट. फोन तो गया, रील कैसे पोस्ट करोगे? अब तो मर गए यार. I don't know. उस काम को can't we contribute those moments into saving a slum child or maybe going to a slum school for an hour
उसका
and
वीडियो
teaching?
बनाएंगे ना, उसके लिए
उसका भी वीडियो बनेगा.
मेरे शो पे वो आए थे, एक पहचान, एक एनजीओ है, उसके वो आए थे, ओनर आए थे. तो उनका कहना है कि कुछ लोग तो करते क्या करते हैं, they'll come with lot of books and everything. They'll say कि फोटो खिंचवा लीजिए
और फिर ले जाते होंगे
फिर मुझे
वापस.
वापस ले जाना है, and I'll give you 2000 rupees for this.
My God, imagine that. मैंने अपनी पूरी सोसाइटी और अपनी फ्रेंड्स तक की सोसाइटी में कलेक्शन ड्राइव चलाई थी because I had to go to slum children and I promised my friend that I will not come empty handed. और मैंने बोला था, मैंने कहा मेरे बस की नहीं है क्योंकि मुझ पे खुद 150 से ज़्यादा जानवर हैं, तो मैं इकट्ठा करके लाऊंगी दोस्तों से. And my friends were so nice. They gave them new stationaries, new books and new clothes. अरे for publicity कुछ भी करेगा.